Well, what's up, everybody? We finally made it. Uh, Ready to start this investment account. Um, I like to use M1 Finance because of its automated rebalancing, if you want to call it that. But basically, as the dividends roll in, and there will be eventually close to 500 or over 400 anyways, it'll automatically buy stocks with them, and you won't have to do anything. So it's beautiful. In my personal opinion, for investing, it's fantastic. It's by far the best, in my opinion. I wouldn't use this if you're wanting to trade stocks, though. It's pretty much garbage for that. Um, Here's the link, M1 Finance. It's just on the blog in the links tab. Okay. But if you know somebody that's got a referral link, by all means use theirs. No big deal. I'm just showing you guys this because this can be kind of confusing setting it up. So we will set it up. So first thing you want to do is we got to get some what they call pies, and all they are is buckets of stocks. So basically, you're creating your own mutual fund, if you want to think about it that way. So you go to research. We want to build a pie. Okay. Pie is going to be S core, and we'll call it YouTube. Add a slice to the pie, and what we want is we're only going to start off with the spider. Now, if you want to use, I've never done this on a PC, so this is kind of tricky getting it started. So, continue. We're only going to start with a small number, and then we will build as they go up. So, and we're going to build one more. And this one is going to be high yield YouTube. Add a slice. And we'll go through why I do this and everything else in just a second. X, Y, L to the D is the one I like. By all means, do your own research, but this might give you a good jumping point and maybe some ideas for you to look into. All right, so we've got our pies, right? Okay. We're going to add our pies here, so it's going to take us right to the same spot. So you're going to hit choose securities. Oh, we had some personal information for the kids. Are in here. They're not involved in YouTube, so they're minors, so we're not going to show their personal info. But we selected the two pies here and hit add. It was very simple. I'm sure you can figure it out. But I did want to include the first part to show you folks how to build the pie because it can get kind of crazy. Now the weighting, we're just going to do equal weighting. Okay. Do we have to hit create pie here? Continue. We'll barely ever use this, but alright. So we've got this going on. We're going to get the bank going. Should be easy. And make a deposit. We're going to put the $10 in. And we're just going to put half in each one. So this is your weighting here. 50% in each. And that's the way we're going to keep it. And the reason why we do that is very simple. I'm going to illustrate for you folks. if you had $100 in the S&P 500 and it did 10% a year. Oh no, we're on a laptop. Your growth would look something like that. Okay, let's make all this money. Okay. Alternatively, what I do is 50 in the S&P and 50 into a high yield fund. And you can look around. It doesn't, your journey is going to be your journey. And we'll just leave it at that. So you're going to have to figure it out. But the reason I chose this fund is because I was selling covered calls and covered puts. And this fund does that for me. It pays out every month. So I like that as a retirement vehicle, right? And it compounds. And right now it's at 13.27. I was buying it. It was a 15% yield. So 13.27 yield. Okay. So the S&P version is going to be just the same as the top one, right? So it's going to be the S&P version of the portfolio is going to grab 10%. Okay. And then the high yielder will just stay conservative and we will put it in for the 13. So, as you can see, there's the auto sum, I believe. Yeah. At the end of year one, instead of having $110, we have $111.50. If you drag that out over several years, you can see the disparity starts to really grow. And another thing is once we add a lot of stocks to the portfolio, having the regular recurring cash go in will help buy the stocks that are on sale. There's nothing wrong with doing the SPY or the VOO or any of those low fee funds as long as they track the S&P 500. But personally, I like to do it this way. And another benefit is I get to put money in my bank account every month. So I'm real attracted to the cash flow. I treat stocks like rental houses. Okay. So every month I'm getting a rent check. That's the way I treat stocks. They're cash flow machines. So we can drag this out 3, 5, 3, 5. So if we take this another 10 years to a 20-year horizon, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can start to see where we really pull away. Now, yeah, 30% better. I mean, so over time, the compounding really kicks in. That's my approach to investing. We will have a main pie that'll have 10 stocks in it, the top 10. And then we'll start building different pies that have different objectives, but they'll be such a super small percentage of the portfolio that they won't really move the needle. What's really going to move the needle is the high yielder and just the growth of the S&P. So that's my approach. And we're going to see it in action. Another thing to keep in mind is that this money was all profits from trading. So essentially, now not according to the IRS, but in your brain, you should think we have a zero cost basis. This is all house money. And if this high yield thing goes sideways, we still are hedged in the S&P 500 with house money. So I hope that makes sense. We're going to get this thing kicked off. We'll get the funds added and everything. But I did want to show y'all how to navigate the pies because it's a little tricky. A lot easier on the computer than what it is on the phone, to be honest. But if you get lost on the pie deal, just go to the research tab, create a pie, and we'll just put those two in there. Now, when we want to add to it, it's very easy. But if you just click on it, that's going to be our core stocks, top 10. And you just hit edit. Obviously, very easy. But that's that. I'm going to do my part to get the money in, and we'll do another video. That's pretty exciting. With a 13% yield, we're going to get a little over 1% per month. So on a $5 deposit into that fund, that'll be netting us at least some cash, a nickel at least. So I'm excited. Every milestone will help build. So now we've hit $20 in the trading portfolio. The next goal is 40. When we hit 40, we'll throw another 10 in. So that way the trading account continues to grow and this account gets funded. So after it compounds twice, you shouldn't feel bad about spending that money. So when it goes in your bank account, by all means, Gucci and Rolex, baby, go for it. But probably not the greatest video, but I hope it helped you folks navigate this. If you don't want to use this brokerage, that's fine. I would urge you to get another brokerage rather than just buy the stocks in the same trading portfolio, because it's something that took me years to understand. I heard it over and over and over again, and I thought it was stupid until I did it. But once you do, you can trade so much more aggressively. And it's easier to figure out, okay, your risk, I got 1%. Well, if you've got half of your portfolio is investment crap, your 1% isn't really 1% of your trading. You think, well, you just do 0.5%. Well, the world doesn't have black and white. There's many shades of gray. So it's just easier on your brain. And also, you won't be worried about selling these stocks because we won't look at them. We'll check in once a month just to get our money, get our rent check, right? And for a perspective piece, get in mind that this is going to take a while before we get our first withdrawal into our checking account. Keep in mind, this is not funded. We are not putting money from our paycheck in here. And if you're thinking, well, maybe I'll just do investing instead of trading. Well, if you're broke, it's never going to work because you won't have enough time. Investing works. It does. But you have to have either a lot of money or a lot of time. And if you're stumbling along in your similar path to me, you ain't got a lot of neither. So we got to compound that money in trading. You could also compound it by working, but it would be like having 2 or 3 jobs and living off of one, right? And you put you'd have to put a lot of money into investing, tons of it. And then you'd be scared to death, since you work that hard for it, you'd be scared to death to pull money out. And that's the curse a lot of people get into. They've been trained and conditioned to have these accounts and treat them as savings accounts because the system wants you to feed the system. But this is an investment. It's going to kick us out cash flow. And I'm real excited for y'all to see the journey. I hope it helps you. I hope these videos stand the test of time, and the family down the road can check this out. This is going to be good no matter what market cycle you're in. So you can always look back. That's why I like to do the videos daily, so you see what the chart looked like on the day we made the trade. And you have to know what good looks like. Teach one, show one, do one. So I tell you about it. I show you exactly what I'm doing. And then you take the ball and make the best decisions for yourself. But you have a reference. You got a light in the woods. It's something I really wish I had. I could have really sped up my trajectory. But now I've got a hold of this thing, and I figured out exactly how I want to do it, and I just want to help you speed your time up. So if I can do that, that would be awesome. Hang in there, be consistent, be excited. If you and your personal account haven't made $20 trading profits, just keep grinding towards 20. You ain't there yet. There's nothing wrong with that. We're going the same place, but we go at different speeds. Okay. And another piece too, if you start getting excited and you feel like you want to increase your deposits, or you want to deposit in your investing account and your trading account, mind your personal finances. I don't all buy into the whole Dave Ramsey approach, but he is bright and way smarter than me. And his methodology is based on facts. They work. You can't dispute it. But you need to make sure that you have $1,000 in a savings account. All right. And then you start working on the debt, right? Smallest to biggest. Get rid of all the debt. And then once you have a budget, you can pay yourself first and start investing more into trading. And just keep the same split when we go into investing. It's just going to be half. Half of the trading profits go in here. Half of them get kicked back to trade bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and build that snowball. But this is the one that's going to kick us out to cash flow. It will take us longer because we're compounding it twice instead of once. But my view is for multi-generation, so I'm not worried about it. I'm doing fine. So, but I'm hoping that the trading is going to get me into retirement this year. That's my New Year's resolution, and I'm real optimistic. I've made a few changes. If you didn't check out the blog today, check it out. We made 6 sales today. I've incorporated the indexes and the same old tried and true strategies that have been giving me success for years. And I'm going to the moon. Who's coming with me? All right. We'll probably do another short one about statements this weekend. But I did want to get this out there. I did create an account for you folks to see how I invest. So hopefully you can learn from that and get going down your own journey. I hope it's helpful. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.